Hello out there, casual fanatics. Jeremy here, and welcome back to Selenon Rising. In the last episode, we met our girl Violet and her partner Blue, who are part of the task force known as Spectra, a couple of psychics designated to hunt down rogue technology and apparently use it for their own personal benefit. In this episode, we've come to one of the residential areas of the inner city, that is protected by a force field from out of Dune, really. And apparently there's been a murder. And also the force field can stop meteors, but not birds and rain. Okay. Parking the car, we get out and survey the area. What must have been an otherwise unassuming place yesterday has today become a hive of activity. It is surrounded by blockades manned by enforcers and cars with flashing lights. Come on, Blue, let's check it out. Right behind you. We step out of the car and walk toward the blockades. As we get closer to the building, I notice that there is paint peeling off of the shutters. Seems strange to me that such a fancy house would have peeling paint. Did Mr. Grange just not care that much about its appearance? Or something else going on? Blue stops by the blockade and an enforcer walks over to us. Alright, move along. Nothing to see here. Wait, they said people from Spectra? Yeah, that's us. You can call me Blue. My humblest apologies, Mr. Blue, Miss Purple. Excuse me, what did you say? I said Miss Purple.
My name is Violet.
That's exactly what I meant. Violet. That was terrible, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Time to roll the dice. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. 1. As you were less threatening than our reputation would have you believe. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, then. What can you tell us about the murder? Well, it looks as though we had a struggle inside the home that resulted in Mr. Grange's death. No shit, that's what a murder is. Was anything taken? It appears so, though we haven't been able to figure out what exactly, but the place was definitely ransacked. Sounds like a robbery gone bad. Why are we even here, Blue? Seems like a cut and dry case for the enforcers. It would be, except for the fact that this guy's been popping up on our radar quite a bit recently. So the Bureau thinks he's connected to someone. Organized crime? Close, but actually they think he had dealings with the Resistance. The Resistance? The New Moon Resistance? This just gets stranger by the minute. Where is Violet's nose? Violet's nose is just like a little tiny sliver of a nose. In any case, the chief wants to see what we can dig up here. Sounds like we have our work cut out for us. Ugh, you know how I feel about work. Blue says this so dryly, but with such a melodramatic look on his face that a sudden burst of amusement hits me, and I strangle a small laugh so it sounds like a half hiccup. Blue looks at me, oddly, but I can tell he's pleased with himself. I hear the enforcer shifting his feet, and I work to make my face as neutral as possible. Well, the sooner we figure this out, the sooner we can get back to searching for Zala. See, look at that. Right there. That's her nose. Her buttons are bigger than her nose. That's not even a button nose. She has more buttons than nose. You never know. Sometimes things that have no apparent connection turn out to fit together perfectly. I can feel Blue's eyes roving all over my face. I look past him, so I'm looking at a spot directly over his shoulder. For some reason, his eyes bring slight warmth to my face. I need to regain control of the situation. You are better than your job than you let on, aren't you? Blue is surprised by the comment. I can feel it rippling through him. Exactly what I wanted, to throw him off with the taste of his own medicine. We'll see. If you two are done. Yeah, show us what you got. What else do we know about Mr. Grange? Not much. Late 50s, former mathematician and professor, and he has one daughter. Have you located the daughter? Yes, her name's Lynn Grange. She's the one who found the body and called it in. We're holding her in another part of the house. She was near hysterical when the first units got here. Can't blame her, can you? We'll talk to her after we take a look at the scene. Blue and I push our way around the blockade and move towards the house. The closer we get, the shabbier the once grand house looks. The brick walls are dirty, and in some places, the bricks are crumbling. The walk is littered with dirt and plant detritus, which hampers our approach to the house. I look up at the front door and see there is a tree hanging over the entryway, as though it were weeping. The whole scene looks dejected, and a wave of sadness hits me. For some reason, I move slightly closer to Blue. The warmth coming off of his shoulder, so close to my own, distracts me from the momentary melancholy. I love the very neo-noir feel that this has, that this game has. It's very much like a sci-fi film noir. Kind of sort of Blade Runner-like. Finally, we walk into the massive entry of the house. I shake my head slightly and move away from Blue as another enforcer directs us toward a study. The scene of the murder seems like a good place to start investigating in detail. I'll be over here. Tell me if you find anything interesting. Of course. We push open the door to the study. A quaint place, if the scene wasn't in shambles. Looks like you stumbled across a suspicious scene. And an investigation. You must search an area for all the potential clues. Once you've found them, you will be able to continue the game. Outlines are turned off by default, but you can turn them on in the gameplay settings, which I did. Hey, don't judge. This is casual mode. By the way, check out this little puppy I found. Blue reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small rectangular metal object. I'm slightly disappointed that it wasn't a real puppy, but I doubt he would ever bring one of those to a crime scene. Oh, I'm guessing Violet's real name was Amelia Bedelia? Here, you can have it. I needed a replacement, and the Bureau gave me 2 of them by accident. Is that a camera? It's a little something we use in detective work. We call it the Instagraph. Is it ancient tech? Nope, it's completely analog. Take a photo with it, develop it instantly. The photo pops out right here, see? Now say green cheese. Wait, don't take a picture of me! Oh, camera shy, are we? What? No, it's just a waste of paper. Anyway, you'll probably find it useful. Try it out. So, amongst the technology that was found, the ancient technology that was found was a Polaroid Instamatic. I guess Mama did take my Kodachrome away. little jittery. The mouse is a little bit jittery right now, I see. If this clock was broken during the struggle, that means we know when the murder happened. Unless it stopped working even before that. Given the state of this place, I suppose there's no way to know. Doesn't seem like this was a murder weapon. There's no blood on it. This lamp looks like it was caught up in the struggle.
Grange definitely didn't go down quietly.
Well, we can't really take it with us, but it does help us get a clearer picture of how this all went down.
Every little bit helps.
Check the shelf.
Take a look at this, Blue.
Looks like a paperweight.
Yes, but look at the corner.
Is that dried blood?
Sure looks like it. Could be that the killer put it back without noticing.
What if Grange got a swing at it before he was killed?
Either that or the killer wanted to knock him out first for some reason.
Either way, we should collect that for evidence.
Definitely.
Bloody paperweight entered into evidence.
Look, it's a photo of Al Grange.
Who's that with him?
Must be his daughter.
Maybe we should take that with us.
Yeah, it might come in handy when we're talking to the daughter.
Photo of Al Grange.
What is this?
It looks like a ledger.
Maybe we should take a look.
Flip, 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 flip.
Looks like Mr. Grange was struggling financially.
Didn't need a ledger to figure that out. Have you seen the state of this house?
Yeah, but in the last few weeks he's received several large payments.
For what?
It doesn't say. All it says from the from column, it's S.
We could take that with us. It could prove to be a vital piece of evidence.
These are some well-worn books. Let me see. The post-Selenon period art history?
Grange must have been a history buff.
Yeah. I wonder what he found so interesting in there.
I don't know, but it won't help us with figuring out who killed him.
I suppose you're right.
Come on, we don't have all day. This is no time to be skimming books.
But I didn't even pick one up yet.
Face it, you were going to.
Your powers are a little too accurate. This is a beautiful old phone.
Yeah, but I think you're missing the larger phone.
The phone is off the hook.
Right, as if Grange were trying to call someone. Maybe it was trying to call for help.
Clearly that didn't work out.
Anyway, it won't help us. Just leave it as it is. This table is an antique.
The expensive kind of antique?
Not exactly. I'm pretty sure it's just a Puro knockoff, not a pre-war war relic.
Well, then I suppose we can confirm he wasn't killed for his desk.
We could confirm that the minute we saw it was still here.
The desk chair is knocked over.
Yeah, there was definitely a struggle here before Grange was killed.
I don't think we need to take that with us, but it's good information to have.
Grange must have been sitting at his desk when the perpetrator entered the study.
Either that or he let the perp in and they were talking before things got violent.
Good point. Trash can. I think this is the last thing I've got to click on here. At least I hope so.
Blue, look at these.
They look like shredded papers to me.
Well spotted, Detective, but look what's on the papers.
Are those equations?
Complicated ones by the looks of it. Doesn't seem like your typical college lesson plan.
We should take those. Who knows what they're for?
Good idea.
Okay, so... Oh, does how I back out.
Oh. Not much to wear, I suppose.
Guessing they took his coat along with his body.
He probably sold the rest.
Yeah, but I did see one in the foyer. It belonged to his daughter.
We definitely need to ask her what transpired here.
Okay, so I couldn't click on the coat rack until I looked at everything else. Alright. Finish. Think we found everything there is to find in here.
Right. We should look for Granger's daughter before we lose our chance.
We walk through the echoing halls for at least 2 solid minutes, searching for the room where they're keeping the daughter. The halls are strangely unadorned. I study the long patches of emptiness and find that in many places there are squares of wall that are lighter than those around them. It's as though things once hung in those spots, for many years judging by the color difference, before being removed, for whatever reason. We reach a door at the end of a passage that is guarded by 2 enforcers. They step aside, wordlessly, when we flash our own badges. Sorry for the yawns there. It is 1:20 a.m. when I'm recording this. We let ourselves into a small room. The space is furnished with a floral couch and several stiff-looking chairs in the center of the room. The far wall is lined with deep-set windows. A woman is pacing in front of the windowed hall, her face streaked with tears and eyes wide. Miss Grange? She doesn't look over at us or stop her pacing. Blue walks over and stands directly in her path, and I walk over and stand on her other side so she is blocked from pacing in both directions. She looks first at Blue, then at me. Then she bursts into loud sobs. Blue puts a hand on her shoulder. Miss Grange? Lynn? We need to ask you a few questions about your father.
I can't. There's nothing I can tell you. Why don't we sit down? Okay.
Blue and I guide Lynn by the shoulders to the couch in the center of the room. I know you think you can't tell us anything, but you're the only one who can help us find who did this. Help us find who did this.
No, I'm not talking this final. I'm hiring a lawyer.
Miss Grange,
I'm not sure you fully understand. Put simply, you have the right to remain silent.
Okay, by the way, just so you know, cops don't actually have to give you your Miranda rights. They sometimes do anyway, because it's a courtesy. But they don't have to.
Unless what you know could potentially be an issue of human security. What makes you think that? The Bureau seems to think there's more here than meets the eye.
So there's a transformer hiding in this mansion?
And we found a few interesting pieces of evidence. That means I really have to talk? Don't worry, we won't waste your time with good cop, bad cop. All we want to know is the truth about the situation.
Now why don't you start by telling us what you found when you arrived here, and we'll go from there. Begin account. The past is born anew.
When I got here, things seemed messier than usual.
She seems innocent enough, but one can never be too sure. That's where I come in. My powers aren't just for show. I can tell if someone's emotions don't match their words. So we've got an emotion meter here. She's happy and yet surprised. For someone who's so broken up about their dad being dead, that's suspicious. Why in the face of their father being dead would they be happy? Emotions are strongly linked to memories. When someone remembers something, the true emotions that they felt rise to the surface. Even if it's faint, if I concentrate enough, I can sense them. What I'm worried about is her account. The stress could cause her to forget something important, or worse, try to falsify information.
I walked into the study and there he was, lying on the floor.
Scared and surprised?
He was covered in blood. It was terrible.
Sad, scared and surprised. Okay, that makes sense. Angry, sad, and surprised. That makes sense. I should probably ask her more about her account of the events. There seems to be something off here. Okay, just to be fair, I did play a little bit of Phoenix Wright cross Professor Layton, so this is the kind of gameplay is not entirely alien to me. Violet, you seem a little nervous. Need any help?
Of course not. I've questioned people before. I remember my training.
You sure about that? There's more than one way to get the truth out of people.
If you're going to suggest enhanced interrogation, I would prefer not to.
No, of course not. Well, I was suggesting more along the lines of mental techniques. Now, obviously, you know you can question the witness and get you to tell you more information. That can be handy when you're not sure what to do next. Excuse me. If you find that something that they said doesn't match up with the evidence presented, and throw their lie back in their face. So that very first statement that she made, where she was happy, is what we're going to want to look at.
Ah, I see. You mean a contradiction. If they're lying, they'll have no choice but to admit the truth.
Not only that, but as an Esper, you have a huge advantage. If I run out of evidence, I'd have to let them walk. But you can use their powers to doubt what they're saying. Obviously, it's not foolproof. Some people are very good at hiding their true emotions. But you're not involved with that kind of high-level work yet.
Fine, let's just get on with it.
I hope they're not saying that right in front of her. Let the moonlight reveal the truth. I want to question this one.
So you didn't see anyone leaving when you got here? No. The person, the murderer must have been long gone.
So you don't live in this mansion?
No. I have my own apartment in the city. I work as a maid for Wilson Lane.
Lane?
You mean the CEO of Lane Enterprises?
Interesting. I would have never expected it. I suppose that explains the uniform.
Yes. He's a kind man, but very demanding. Organizing his suits is the worst. He must have at least 20 shades of gray blazers.
20 shades of gray. Not making the joke. Not making the joke.
I'm guessing that everything was rather similar to the way it is now. Yes, it must have been a little while until I found him.
Won't press the matter further. You can continue your account. Yeah, I'm going to present the ledger. Strange.
Do you know what this is? It's my father's ledger. He's had it for ages.
It's what's inside that's unusual.
More precise, there's been quite a bit of money coming in recently.
What do you mean?
I think you might have a hunch about who he was working for, and that it wasn't exactly kosher.
I don't like what you're implying.
Well, I'll just come out and say it then. Was your father working with the rebels?
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe... I don't know. You think they killed him?
We can't know for sure unless you tell us everything you know. And that means everything.
Okay, I'll try.
So we got a bite. Alright. So... try to remember when she saw her father last. Yeah, he's been acting a little strange lately. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, ever since a few weeks ago, he was even more jittery than usual. Surprised, scared, and angry. So I don't think I would be able to help you at all. Man, what is it that you're not telling me? I'm thinking it's that third one that I want to question. Yeah, I want to doubt that third one there.
Miss Grange, it's one thing to be perturbed, but to lie to an agent is downright insulting.
Look, but
I could feel the anger and nervousness in your mind from your last statement. They don't make us agents of Spectre for nothing, you know.
But I didn't...
Admit it. You were lying to protect his name.
No, I was angry because he was so cold.
What? I found further warmth to me.
Jesus Christ, Amelia Bedelia. I mean, he refused to speak to me.
That appears to be important. Perhaps then I should open the line of questioning.
Fine, be my guest, but I don't know anything.
We'll see about that. Miss Grange, do I need to remind you the importance of telling the unadulterated truth to a Bureau agent?
Yes, of course. Please forgive me.
Alright, new account. Alright, sad. There's no way he would have told me anything. Okay, that makes sense. A year ago we got into a big fight. Being sad makes sense with that. Sad and angry. Okay, that makes sense. So sad and angry is the only one that was different. Okay, so this has to be fairly recent because he's wearing a suit and Lynn is wearing a maid's album. So I'm gonna give this a shot.
I'm very disappointed in you. I'm sure you've seen it. It shows you and your father, and there's clearly no enmity between you. In fact, you look happy as happy can be. It's taken a long time ago.
Miss Grange, do you notice what you were wearing in this picture? A maid's uniform.
A maid's uniform. If your statement is to believe, he refused to come near you after you took the job.
One thing is lying here, and if it's not the photo, it has to be you.
Father. Oh, Father. I'm so sorry. I should have never said those things about you. Ah! It's true. There really was no fight. I didn't want him to be associated with rebels.
Now, can we stop to this farce and get to the truth about the matter?
Fine. I'll tell you what really happened.
Continue.
I asked him what was going on. He told me he was just meeting with an old colleague to discuss a new job.
A new job?
And he was having money problems. Our family had seen better days. He said this job would give him enough money to repair the mansion.
Do you remember how this person looked?
I'm not sure. He was a bit short and wearing a black hood, but for him to be a rebel, that's just... to be working with criminals. I can't believe he would do that.
Well, there is a saying, desperate times call for desperate measures. Of course, we at the Bureau do not condone this kind of behavior.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew more.
Thank you for your time. Don't worry, we won't hold your hesitance against you. We know how distraught you must be.
I'm so sorry. I hope I helped your investigation. Daddy.
Come on, let's go. There's nothing left to do here. Blue and I leave Lynn. We make our way back through the empty halls as we are once again outside and heading towards the car. Alright, so yeah, I am going to make sure I save the game into slot 1. And yeah, I'm going to call this an episode. So thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Jeremy. This has been Casual Mode. Keep it casual, y'all.